Hi there, I'm back at the garage today and I've just had a bit of a clear up inside the car and trying to decide what's the first thing I'm going to tackle now that I'm in my new environment. So I thought I'd have a go at fitting the petrol tank. As you can see, I've just loosely put it into place now to see where all the pipes are going to go, trying to remember how everything goes back together. Also there's a bit of sponge carpeting that goes underneath that to stop it from rubbing on the bodywork. As I say, there's pipes here which I need to connect, and I really don't remember because I never took photographs of when I took it apart, so it's a little bit of a mission for me. Meanwhile, I thought I'd show you some more of the new parts that I've bought. Brand new door seals, a pair of those, all the rubbers and felts for the tops of the doors where the glass goes up and down. Brand new boot rubber. Got myself a new set of front anti-roll bar fitting clips and some other little bits, some little gaskets for the door handles and some various little clips. I don't remember what these little clips are for now. And a set of backlight rubbers as well. This tiny little pile here came to 150 quid, so the costs are mounting. Anyway, back to the petrol tank. So the first job I'll do is fit this ring which goes around the body where the petrol cap goes in. I bought this new, as well as the actual rubber pipe that goes to the petrol tank as well, but I can't find that bit at the moment, so I might have to reuse the old one. And it's amazing, just putting on a new piece of black rubber, how it suddenly makes the car look different, just that little bit there. Yeah, this is the bit I was talking about. I bought a new one. There's actually nothing wrong with this one, I've just cleaned it up. I'm going to use this for now, and if I find a new one I'll stick it on anyway. So that goes on top of there like that, and then through the body comes the petrol flap which tightens on in there, and then along with 6 bolts, I believe it is, which holds the petrol tank in place. That's all insecure. So let's have a go at that. It's a bit tight getting this tank in there. It's going to be even tighter once this is on as well, but give it a try. What I'll do to begin with, because it's just a bit tight going on there, I'm going to smear a very thin film of grease on the inside of here, just so that it reduces the friction of this thing trying to go in. Do that both ends. That's the petrol tank in nice and tightly. I've cut a couple of a pipe at the top there. I'm leaving the filler cap off because I want to polish it up before I put it on for now. But what I'm going to do now is try and put on the petrol pump and filter, which I've got here, and I've got to get rid of these vibration bolts or whatever you want to call them, because I bought new ones to put on there. And hopefully, I've got photographs of this, so hopefully I should be able to put this up properly. Right, so first bit I'm going to put in will be this one in here. I can get it to get the holes to match up. Right. Now I kind of want to hold it there while I get some screws on. That ain't going to happen. Right, that's a couple of bolts on for now. The next thing will be this part here goes in there, and then this part will go in here. So possibly I should put that part in first, make it easier for myself. This is going to need a new petrol filter, but I forgot to order one, so for now I'm just putting this in. I did check it, it's not filthy or anything, it's got no debris in there, but I would like to stick a new filter in there as all part of the service of the car. Right, so I've got the pump in, I've got the filter in, and it's just this, I forgot what the name is of that. It's got to go in there, and just connect up a couple of pipes, and then I'm done with the fuel tank area. The awkward part about this now is, as I put this thing in, I've also got to connect it up to what is a rigid pipe as opposed to a rubber pipe, and there's barely any room in there. Right, that's as tight as I'm going to be able to get that for now. It needs a little tighten up more. Now it's just to connect this, which comes out from the bottom of the petrol tank, to the filter. Nice and easy. The only other one now is, where's it gone? That's it. This little pipe here goes onto the top of the petrol tank in there. So that's now all tightened in. All the pipes are connected, apart from this little thing, and I'm not sure where this is meant to go. I'll have to investigate that. It's now another day. Finished fitting up the tank and the petrol pump, as you've seen, and just to kill a bit of time I decided to fit these rubbers on here, just because I wanted to see the contrast between the black and yellow, and fitted in the door lock too. While I was at it, I decided to fit the mechanism for the complete door. Was going to fit the window, but forgot on the window mechanism at home, so I'll have to come back with that. Meanwhile, I also noticed that the felts which go inside the doors, which guide the window up and down, were perished, so I've ordered new ones of those. So my next job was going to be to fit the rear wing in permanently, line everything up on this side so that I know that I've got one side completely fitted, and then proceed with the other side. However, there was a problem. The kit I bought a brand new kit for fitting the rear wings, which comprises of these threaded bolts and these clips, whatever they call them. And there wasn't the correct amount of clips in the package, and in particular what goes around here was missing altogether. So what it is that these ones, which are designed to fit in here, they've got a certain length, and if I try to fit this into there, it's too long. It should be a shorter clip, sort of about that kind of a size, that bit not there. So I've called the supplier, and he said to me that apparently they don't come in the kit, and I've had to order them separately, which I've just done. So what that basically means is I can't fit the rear wing and line up the door and line up the front wing, so I'm going to have to find something else to do for today, because it's only 1 o'clock and it's not worth going home now. So I decided to prepare the bonnet for undercoat. What I'm doing again is using a large block, because I've noticed some sinkages in the bonnet, which is from a bad respray previously. You can see here where I'm going over with the block. Again, we've got like the high spots and then certain low spots. So I'm going to, hopefully there's enough coating on there that I can take it flat just using the block and the rubbing down paper. If it goes down too much, I may need to use a slight skim of filler, but I'm hopeful. I've been on this bonnet for ages and I've got one half done. There were a couple of little things which I've spread a bit of filler on, and I'm going to take that right back down. And now I'm working on this side, and this is like a horrible, painfully slow process to get to where I want to be with this. And to give you an idea what I'm aiming for is you can see this. I've lightly rubbed this down to sort of pronounce what I'm trying to get to. You can see as I'm rubbing down with a flat block, I'm taking off the heads of what is like an orange peel effect. Now if I move the camera up a bit, you can see the comparison of where it's dead flat compared to where it's orange peely. Yeah? The reason for why I'm working so hard to get the paintwork so flat is because I want to put the paint on and eventually end up with what they call a glass finish. I don't want no orange peel in the paint at all. With the bonnet all rubbed down and prepared both inside and out, I've now suspended it from this girder, and I'm going to get ready to give it a coat of primer. So today's Saturday and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm hoping to get primer on both sides and then come back tomorrow morning, Sunday, give the primer a rub down and then a final coat. Now, this being an MOT garage and not a spray booth, I've got to be careful not to get paint all over the place here. So what I'm going to have to do is sheet up or make curtains for all of that area around there, just basically create a tiny area for me to spray in and stop the spray dust from turning everything else yellow, especially this thing, because my brother wouldn't be too happy if that was black and yellow. Now that I've got my little area looking like a scene out of Dexter, I'm ready to mix up a bit of primer and throw it on this bonnet. Well, there's a primer on for now. I've got a little bit more in the gun, so I'm going to give it 10 minutes, take a look at it and see if there's any more patches or touching up I can do with it just to use up what's in the gun. But overall, I'm very happy with the way it's finished. Right, it's Sunday, 9:30 in the morning, and I'm back at the garage to finish off the bonnet which I started yesterday. So what I've done is I've rested the end of the bonnet on that little workbench there, lowered down the change as much as I possibly could to get it at a lower angle, and just sprayed a load of spray can red on the bonnet, so that's a guide for me to rub it down. The back of the bonnet I thinned the primer right down, so I've got a pretty good finish. I might scotch pad it a little bit, but that's just ready for paint. Finally finished rubbing down the bonnet and just giving it a panel wipe, and now I'm ready to mix up the paint and apply it, and then I can go home. Right, the bonnet is finally sprayed. At last. This is this was one of the more worrying panels for me, purely because I didn't have a facility to spray it in. But being that my brother said I could do it here in his garage was a massive help for me. And I don't think I've made too much of a mess. There's kind of a yellow patch down there. Some of that's going to be dust, some of that's going to be actually properly stuck on there, but I'm going to wait for this to go skin dry and have a quick little sweep up, put everything back to where it should be, and then back tomorrow to unhook this thing and put it somewhere. So that's it from me for this episode. Thanks again for watching as always, and don't forget to press subscribe if you want to see further updates of how I'm getting along with my little TR6 project.